Account of Captain Zalek of the 35th Trest Fleet. It is no secret that humans are, for the most part, peaceful. They do not expand territory, they do not fight unless provoked, and they usually prefer to talk and negotiate before launching an attack. Usually. It started as a routine distress call. From what I recall, I was only an ensign at the time, part of a cultural exchange on the human vessel, the UTN Argonaut. The Argonaut was a patrolling ship, meant to keep the airspace around the mining colony Cassowary clear of any possible hostiles. I will be the first to tell you I was as hot-blooded and arrogant as any blue-blooded Trest would be after graduating from the fleet. It had been 20 galactic rotations since my stationing on the Argonaut, without a hint of combat, and I was itching for a fight. I would soon hope never to fight again. The first pirate vessel to come across us, bearing a purple garrock, an animal known for its general vicious nature, noting it as part of the Cadref fleets. Ragtag pirates with no loyalty to anyone but themselves. They made no deals, no treaties. It was death or plunder. This one was on the bigger side too, easily 3 times the Argonaut's size, and bristling with 4 times the firepower. Still, Captain Harrow raised them on comms and gave the standard warning. "This is Captain Victoria Harrow," she stated, her voice taking on a hard, authoritative edge I had never heard her use. "You have exactly 10 standard galactic minutes to turn around and leave this airspace or be marked hostile." The incessant clicking that passed my laughter in the insectoid Zactin language hissed over the comms in a staccato of malice. "Humans, you are the ones who should flee. We are more than a match for your vessel." Harrow's eyes turned steely. I saw her posture begin to shift. The straight-back captain had begun to lean forward, almost like a hunter waiting to begin the chase. "Understand? We will protect this colony to the last. Leave immediately." "Oh, will you?" the Zactin asked, clicking at a chortle. "Here, let us fix that." There was chatter in several languages on the Cardiff ship before a large cannon emerged from its hull and began crackling with energy. A railgun, and a massive one at that. It would easily tear through a hole like wet paper. "Evasive maneuvers!" shouted Captain Harrow. "EMP shields are max. I want scans on that scrap heap yesterday." Our shields held against the EMP shielding held against the railgun's charge, but we were too late to realize we were never the target. Cassowary split apart in a second, cracking as if made of glass rather than tons of tungsten alloy. As it crumbled, a pall fell over the crew as the Zactin captain clicked loud and fast. "There! Now you have nothing to protect!" It closed comms, and I felt the initial grief in the ship give way to an emotion I was not familiar with in humans. Rage, they called it. Deeper than frustration or anger. Rage is limitless. A burning fire sitting deep in a human, waiting for something to stoke it, nurture it. The only way to douse it was to find the source and snuff it completely. When I saw the faces on the bridge, I realized what that one Cardiff captain had done. It didn't give them nothing to protect. It gave them nothing to lose. We fought for 18 galactic cycles, and in that time I learned how humanity fought. The Cardiff found their allies turned against them with propaganda. Their own fighters got no sleep as loud music was blared through their private ship comms at all hours. Supply lines were cut off and blockaded. The Cardiff shrank to nothing. After a particularly terrible fight where Captain Harrow had glassed an entire asteroid belt filled with multiple Cardiff hideouts, I asked, "Captain, permission to speak freely?" "Zalek," she sighed. "You've been on my ship for 18 cycles. You've done more than enough to always speak freely." "Thank you, Captain. It's just, well..." I swallowed nervously. "Why do humans fight so cruelly? It seems without honor or law." She barked out a bitter laugh. "You'll be surprised how many species stationed with us have asked that question. The answer's pretty simple. When your enemy fights honorably, it's well and good to meet honor with honor. But when they don't, when they poison your food, blow up your colonies just so you don't get the resources, when your gun clicks empty, can you load it with morals? When medical supplies run low, can you use law as bandages? When the last ration is gone, can you eat honor?" She shook her head somberly. "We don't like it, Zalek, but sometimes if you want to beat the meanest kid on the playground, you gotta be meaner." After that, I didn't question the captain. The Cardiff fleet was eradicated. I was sent back to the Trest and quickly rose in rank with a simple philosophy towards battle that I learned well. You can't eat honor.